Okay, I'm live. I'm here, and it's before midnight. All right, so I'm supposed to do my intro. Hey there, YouTube, slasher chickens, slasher dudes. My name's Alicia, and this is Slasher Chick TV, where we like to talk about growth mindset and negotiation strategies so you can hack a lifestyle you love and never have to choose between this or that. You can always choose this slash that. And with that in mind, I'm going to hurry up and go ahead and add my banner that acknowledges that I'm on day 14 of 90 consecutive live streams. And I am tired. And I am tired because I had things to do today. And this is why I need to be able to plan these live streams on a real schedule. And fit it into my life. All right. Also, not the time to look at a work email. I didn't mean to do that, but it looked like who sent me this? Oh, okay. All right. That's not good live stream etiquette. I should not be looking at other messages. Wow. Well, here, but what I was looking for was one of the things I've considered making my live streams about are negotiations that I'd like to share because I think everything's negotiable. And there were some that I had sent myself to eventually be able to show on the channel, like live, negotiations that like maybe kids were doing because they are some of the best negotiators. But I guess I didn't send it to my slasher chick email because I cannot locate it right now. So that that solves that. Um, but as I was coming home from said meeting, I heard that Ashanti has announced her pregnancy and engagement, and I should not. Okay, I probably knew better than to do this right now because I was pretty sure I I would have a reaction. So anyway, I'm really happy for her. Um, that she's having her first child. That's really exciting. And I knew I would have a reaction in that when I hear women of a certain age having their first child, it gives me hope. So I knew not to click on this thing. I need to go look at something else. So anyway, that's in news. So Ashanti is pregnant and expecting a baby with Nelly. Okay. I do need to go see with this because the other thing that I heard is that they were engaged. And I mean, it's not like they're teenagers. So there's that. Is it really a thing if they weren't married? I think because I am at a certain age and I'm like, I get it. At some point, you want a kid. And if this is I hope I hope they are successful though. I like thinking of Ashanti and Nelly as like a second chance romance that it will be successful. And maybe they just had to go get their stuff together separately. And together can be fantastic. I don't know. But Olivia, I do honestly normally have better stuff to talk about, but not today. Hey, Marlene. Um. So what had happened was what I at least went to was to look, at the news though, and I really wish I remembered to do that. To say hit the like button or to come up with unique ways to tell people to like something. Like, I like the creators that'll say, if you like this, subscribe to the channel. It helps support two French poodles. Somebody says that one in particular. I don't remember who the creator is, but apparently he has two French poodles. I could, start saying it about supporting my imaginary French bulldog that I don't have yet, but I would love to have one. I can't see spending that much on a dog, and I hope someone would gift me one. But anyway, Coach Sherry did get me thinking about, the analytics is a thing. And I've been thinking about, how has the analytics impact? I mean, how has this doing a 90-day live stream impacted my channel? And I will say this. These are the things that I have learned so far on day 14. I've learned I stream too late. Now, I am on the East Coast. And in my head, it's like acceptable to still stream at a time that, like, if it's 8 p.m. my time, it's still 5 p.m. on Pacific time. And so, that should cover, a couple time zones. But 8 p.m. feels a little late from an Eastern perspective because I don't want to be on anything at 8 p.m. honestly, as a person consuming something. I probably would not be that's not true because I like being on the live at 8 p.m. So yeah, I don't know. But 8 p.m. feels like, it crosses a couple of time zones. But I do know that it will perform better as far as having your live streams meet other people that are not subscribed to you if it's consistent at like the same time. And I have not been able to get there. But it has had, in spite of even the inconsistent time, there's still been some pleasant surprises, I would say. For example, let's see. I haven't done that on my channel in years. All right, here we go. All right, so 14 days in. Let's just look at the last 14 days then. Since I started live streaming. What's today? Oh, today's the 16th. So, yeah, since the 2nd of April, not March. All right, we'll just look from April 1st then to know. How about that? That's basically the time we've been live streaming. All right. Now, these 7 subscribers are feels like the first 7 subscribers again, because my channel's been dormant for so long. So even though it says I have over 1,000 subscribers, I would guarantee the majority of them don't even remember they're subscribed to this channel. So it very much feels like, thank you, Marlene. That 7 feels like I'm doing great. Doing great, Cupcake. Keep going. So then, yeah, these are all the lives. This is before I started. And I guess I thought I would see this go like consistently up, but it is at least consistently steady improvement and progress than it was before. Now, one thing I know for sure is that if I really do want the channel to grow, I have to put out more content than doing the daily lives, obviously, and certainly more than just doing a half hour live. I get that part. I just wanted to at least like my MVP, this minimum viable product was complete the live. Because you know what? As Coach Sherry said, how I have these challenges, I realized something about myself. And I don't know if this is because I am an 80s baby or what, but I want to gamify like everything. If I can make it into like a game in which my competition is myself, I'm in. Suddenly I can make changes. Suddenly I can shift behaviors. Before that, until then, I'm just going to keep saying, I want to, maybe, I don't know. But obviously, you have to decide that certainly makes it, like you have to decide you're doing this, even challenging yourself to do the thing. Um, but yeah, once I can gamify the hard things for myself, it gets me judged mostly because I don't like to let anything beat me. And I certainly ain't gonna let me beat me. Like lazy me gonna beat me? Absolutely not. Like so. So that's why it seems to be working right now. Yes, Coach Sherry needs some rest. Award-winning Coach Sherry has really also been doing great, and that she is well beyond. Now I think you're at like 33% completed in her challenge of going live for 60 days. And she spoke on a panel. And she won an award. Thank you. Oh, so this is what I did with my day today. I took the day off. I had scheduled this as a uh well, I told my boss I was taking an adult spring break day. That's how I described it. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna put in a vacation day for adult spring break. And which meant to me, I can do whatever with the day I want to do with it. And what I did was take out my braids and deep condition my hair and put a puzzle together. And that took up most of my day until I had to go to that meeting that took forever. But that also felt good as far as honoring my commitment that I had made to be at the meeting and do my jobs and responsibilities. So definitely still a good day. 8 out of 10. Yeah, 8 out of 10. What would have made it a 10 out of 10? I think what would have made it a 10 out of 10 is if I had put away the laundry that is still in my dryer. So, do I look at the age of my, I feel like I don't know. Let's see, Coach Jerry. Because I feel like I have, but I don't remember anything like sticking out to me. Like, oh, well, that's surprising. Or like, oh, I didn't expect that. Let me see. What did I find here? Okay. Are we frozen? No, we're not frozen. There we go. Oh yeah, that's what happened. It says we can't tell you. We don't know. There's not enough information yet to show this report. And I didn't know if that was because now maybe that's just for these dates. So let me go for a different date. I'm going to go for just 2024 cuz it's not like I delivered anything in 2023. Yeah, okay. See, all it says is this. And I'm like, where are they getting this data from? I got 100% male viewers between the ages of 35 and 44. in all of 2024. See, like that's weird to me, right? So I don't know that. I don't know what to mean by that. Now, one thing, oh, well, I have y'all that I will ask then is, but y'all are not male. And y'all are in here. And so it's not counting you. Or what my guess is like, does not everybody fill out those demographics? I don't know. I don't recall them asking me that kind of information in my profile, though. So is this just like metadata that we're giving away all over the internet? Like, I'm very confused. So, yes, Coach Cherry, if you know more about why this says I have 100% male viewers between the ages of 35 to 44, then, oh, okay. Then that's what we're going to go with. Yep, it's science. Now, the subscriber bell notification thing, I find an interesting statistic as well. That it says typical on YouTube is 30% turning on their all notifications, and it says I have 31. That feels like also during this challenge to stay motivated. It's like any piece of data that looks promising. I'm like, yep, that means I'm doing great. That's fantastic. 7 subscribers, killing the game. Okay. But I have significantly increased my views in that time frame. Where did that go? Oh, but that was, I was supposed to show y'all what I was surprised about. But the thing is, I wanted to ask a question. There's something, where does it show this on my channel? It gives you these like recommendations or something, or it just like names this other content somewhere. And I'm like, what is this stuff? What are y'all trying to tell me with this? And maybe y'all know what this is. Oh, yeah, it's in research. Okay. Oh, really? I only, you know what? That's so funny. I never looked at Studio on my phone or iPad. The only thing I might like, I've only looked at, maybe I'll go to the content if I'm trying to change like the thumbnail and the thumbnails on my phone, but I'll just change that. But I've never looked around in the analytics on my phone. Huh. No, that's not true. I guess I did because that's how I found this section and it was on my phone, but it's smaller and I didn't know what it was. So, like, do y'all have this section? Is this research saying when it says top searches, whose top searches? Do you know whose top searches? Because these aren't my top searches. Like, I have not searched any of these things. Are these the top searches of my viewers? Like, I probably need to go to YouTube University to go figure that out. But that's, yeah. That's, if you have answers on that, I would love that. And then my main thing, yeah, I was going to show was, yeah. So the top, yeah, that's maybe what I'm thinking, Coach Sherry, that it might be the viewers and how you are in their mix. I mean, I definitely think it's trying to tell you, like, okay, you should consider things around these topics. Now, I could see how it might have suggested these to me, though. Like, obviously, I love challenges. We were just talking about this, right? I definitely really like watching vlogs. I love cinematic vlogs. Horror is my favorite genre. Now, do I search? So I'm certain I've searched things about like commentary on or people's reviews of horror films. Recipes, I definitely get. And a lot of the content I've been getting recommended, particularly is like been about reinvention and stuff. And I maybe that's why this mental health day stuff is coming up. I don't know. But yeah, the part I did want to show that I feel really excited about from the challenge is in holding on to the numbers and any data I can find that makes me feel good. The views say 589% more, 929% more watch time. And so right now, I think I'm at in total for the last 365 days as far as what is considered watch time towards monetization, like 31. So I'm at, yeah, 0.8% of towards the goal. And I am so excited about getting to that 1%. Like that 1% is gonna make my day. Okay, I guess I got so excited that I clicked out of the stream. I don't I don't know. So if nothing else, yeah, the analytics have I try to be data driven in making my decisions, and this is the data is definitely keeping me motivated and seeing numbers that I like. Oh, so now I do know, yes, if I want the channel to grow, I have to continue to put more content. And one of the recommendations that someone said in one of the like I guess you would call, I don't know what I would call him, because he's not like a blogger. He's like a filmographer that talks about just making cinematic blogs. Anyway, and growing your channel. The bottom line was, like Sherry said, Coach Sherry said about fixing and mixing in pre-recorded and shorts during this challenge, and how that helped tremendously. Because he was basically saying, in short, like, yeah, if you want to grow your channel, however much content you're putting out right now, 3 times more at a minimum. And I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, well, I'm not doing that currently. So, and one thing I was pleasantly surprised by was if I can figure out how to do this and replicate this more than once, I would feel like, oh, I have figured it out. And that is this video that I made, the that got the 78 views, which is like the most views I've gotten on this channel in like a really, yeah, since, I actually used to put stuff on it 4 to 5 years ago. And most of this was from a live stream, and then I just like downloaded it and edited it up a little bit to repurpose it. And so then to be able to use that again as the actual content and get views from it, um and I've seen it steadily grow. Wait, what is this? Yeah. Oh, yeah, you could say I've seen it like steadily grow, and then it like kind of stuck there. But that was pretty cool to watch when it was happening. I was like, oh, that's really nice, because I didn't have to like put a lot of effort into doing that. So if I can figure out how to make that work. The other thing that I found really exciting is watching my average view duration go up. And these numbers are low. I also realized they don't have to be super high on YouTube to have a successful channel. But just seeing it go up even incrementally, even if it goes up from 3 minutes and 23 seconds to 3 minutes and 30, is like, it feels so amazing, because it feels like progress. So that's my one of my goals, is to figure out how do I take the act of live streaming and be able to repurpose some of the content that you get during that in a way that can let me increase the content I put on my channel. Because there's also just some people that are just never going to come into a live stream because they just don't do them. They don't like them, or and so, to your point, Coach Sherry, that's another reason why there's value in mixing it up with a couple of different options. Because I also think some of the people that will come through short, it's like there's a viewer that like might never leave your shorts, but there's a viewer that potentially like is intrigued by the shorts to go to the longer form content. And I think the best part is that um I still am enjoying the journey. I'm very much into YouTube. It's like I hardly watch any other like type of, I mean, I do watch, some things on different streaming services or etc., but for the most part, my TV's on YouTube. I have always like my guilty pleasure has always been, for a long time been reality TV. But I've also known for a long time that reality TV ain't real. And so when it got to a point where like I could no longer suspend disbelief for certain shows and stuff, that was another reason I got into YouTube, because there are people on YouTube that are just documenting their lives that are just so entertaining, and that feels more like actual reality TV because it's not scripted in the way that reality television is. So that's another reason why I probably consume more, because even my guilty pleasure is better on YouTube than it is on network television, because it's scripted on network television. It's not real on YouTube. Like, that is that person's real life to the extent that they wish to share it with you. And that is like, yeah, it's so entertaining to me. Um, but we were discussing social media today during the conference, and 40 plus and 12 and under are on YouTube mostly. Yeah, I think I agree, Coach Cherry, because I don't know. I want to know where Facebook fit in with that though, because I'm not like I was an early Facebook user, but as soon as they let the high school kids on, like as soon as you no longer had to have a .edu, I was like, I'm not interested. I'm only using this to keep up with my high school friends so that I don't actually have to talk to them. I can just see what they've been up to, and then we'll see each other at the reunion. This is awesome. Um, and then when they started letting literal kids on there, because that's how I felt and at this point, not only was I a college student, but I'm a working college student, right? Like I had my traditional time on campus, and now I'm like working full time and going to school at night. So I definitely don't have time for these children on my .edu social media thing. And then because I was in recruiting, I was an early adopter for LinkedIn, but I legitimately use that for professional stuff only. And it's very interesting to see people blend their like personal and professional brand on LinkedIn the way that people do now. Because I'm very much still being an early recruiter, like, oh, like I'm still I'm still figuring out how to work that for myself, but I've seen other people do it quite well. Um, and I haven't figured out how people blend that successfully. But yeah, that's how I am with Facebook, Coach Sherry. Like, if we're Facebook friends, it's because I legitimately know you. Like, not so. Now, some of them might be people I have accumulated as Facebook friends over the years because we met like at somewhere. But like again, it was still like networking or family and friends. It wasn't like I wasn't open to meeting. I wasn't accepting any requests from people I didn't know. Yeah, I don't know. And Instagram, I do really like TikTok and Instagram though. TikTok has sucked so many hours out of my life. um I do like the short form content. But in general, my whole thing about social media is I do think it is and now I feel like I'm definitely showing my age because I'm like, I do think it is responsible for the destruction of a lot of interpersonal skills that people just no longer seem to have. Like, or you know what? It's not. This is again where I have to like learn from other generations. It's not that they don't have it. It's just they haven't had to use it in exactly the same way. So there's something for me to learn from them on doing that and and working with different generations, but there's also something I think for them to learn as well, for people who are just like used to only working with people remotely or I I I recall, and this was like, I don't know, 10 years ago when this happened, where, um, I'd be working with people in the same office and they would like send an instant messenger for things that, like, if I turn right, I can see you, Bob. Like, just get up and let's have a conversation. Like, and I was just like, what is up with these kids? Um, but I don't know. It's interesting how it all blends together. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know how. Listen, they have mastered. TikTok has mastered it as far as I'm concerned, as far as the addictive nature that is the goal of all social media, because that's what they're trying to do. It's a great example of what I mean when I say everything is a negotiation. Like, if you think about it, that's what social media is. It is a literal multi-party negotiation, because the one party is the platform, right? And their goal and their interest is to keep you on the platform for as long as possible. The other party would be the content creator, and their goal and their interest is to keep you on the platform as long as possible because it serves YouTube's interest. But that doesn't serve all of their interests, because if they want to make as much money as possible, they need to get you off platform. And then now you are this third party involved in this negotiation when I actually just want good content that either entertains me, informs me, or motivates me. But I really don't want you to sell me anything, quite frankly. And that's the multi-party negotiation that happens every day when you choose to engage with social media. And that's also why I also like to talk about that, because I'm like, you can literally relate everything back to, well, what are we negotiating here, and how can I at least make sure as many of my interests are met as possible, and if I can meet them interest of others, so that we can form a good working relationship or potentially help each other get in the future. I'm going to try my best to do that too. Um, but that's why, yeah, I particularly focus on principle and interest based negotiation, so that it's not about just like, oh, who can get more of what from the other, but like, what do each of us need so we can create something that benefits you, me, and the world when we create it. So that's this in this negotiation with myself. I made it through day 14, and I truly appreciate y'all, because Coach Sherry, you were the motivator today to help me also get over that last hump. And Olivia, thank you for joining, because seeing you in that extra number and knowing, I've got a new friend in the family. It's like, that one means so much to me. Um, yes, the TikTok shop. Wait, a $13 fly outfit from TikTok shop? But the thing is about the TikTok shop is like, they are making so much money off TikTok shop. They don't even care. Like, they don't care about the quality. They don't care if you get it. Like, they're just pushing it, pushing it, pushing it. So it's risky business out there. Like, but I am definitely, that's one I'm definitely cautious about on TikTok, as far as the clothes, because I've seen also a lot of people with the TikTok shop, they will reuse the photos of other creators, but the photos that they have are not the actual product. So then they like send this like Temu John, and that's not what was in the picture. It's very interesting. Um, but yeah, Coach Cherry, iron sharpens iron. Whatever's gonna get us there, we're gonna figure it all out. Olivia. Well, here's the other thing. Your vibe attracts your tribe. And so just like how you, Coach Harry, were saying, when you saw that woman, you're like, oh, she's dope. Like, I need to meet her. Like, that's the power of sisterhood. And I love that. And I think it's something that um, clearly resonates. No, that's not the word I'm looking for. Well, obviously it resonates with you, but it permeates off of you. Like it is immediately recognizable. And so that's why people are open to it. Oh, wait. This is very interesting. I'm going to probably end up down the TikTok shop rabbit hole. Um, but yeah, for now, I made it. We all made it. Olivia's already safe in bed. Coach Sherry needs to get some rest. Marlene, I hope you have a good evening. And I am going to see you all tomorrow, definitely earlier than this. Have a good night.